Hello, Chiquis.
And welcome to Chatty Amigas, a podcast where two friends approach everyday problems and find practical solutions.
We are your hosts. I am Mafe.
And I'm Ella. And today we will be discussing night owls or early birds.
That is right. So let's get right to it.
Yes, let's spill the tea on this subject, which I thought was really interesting. Do you feel that you're more of an early bird or a night owl? I feel like I know the answer, but
so I know what you're thinking, but no, I don't feel like either one. I mean, if I have to lean towards one of them, I would say early bird, but at some point in my life, I was a night owl, but right now, because of various reasons, I don't feel like either one of them. I mean, I have to go to bed early and I have to wake up late. So there's where I am in life.
But I feel you became a night owl out of obligation. What you guys don't know is Mafe worked night shifts.
Well, I wanted to talk about that later.
Yes, I'm not going to touch on the details. I'm not going to go on the details, but because I just want to explain to our listeners why you're saying that I feel of the years I've known Mafe, I personally and strongly believe that she is an early bird. You have the same things Eric is. Eric is an early bird too. I am not. I am a night owl. Mm-hmm. And it works for the benefit of our friendship here because Mafe is 2 hours behind me.
Very true.
Yes. So it works. Do I hate being a night owl? No, I actually like it. However, sometimes I do wish I was more of an early bird because I know that as you age, it's better for you health-wise if you're an early bird. But no, I am very much a night owl.
But I
am proud of it.
Hey, you have to be proud of what you do. We're gonna talk about that because we'll get right into it. But I wanted to mention that, during the research, again, we're not getting paid for this. We're not getting paid for any sponsorship or anything.
We will link the references down below.
Exactly. So one of the websites was talking about the differences between the night owls and early birds, and I found one that the main scientific difference between night owls and early birds, it is mainly determined biologically and genetically. And the circadian rhythm. Okay, what is a circadian rhythm, right? That is basically the inner clock that we have inside that regulates our sleep. Okay, the sunshine is up, it's time to wake up. It's dark, it's time to go to sleep. That is what helps regulate our sleep. And it's just basically every brain is equipped with a biological clock that controls also the production of melatonin, which, if you guys don't know, is the hormone that helps you fall asleep. And speaking about this circadian rhythm, as Melanie mentioned earlier, I used to be a sleep technician, so I did sleep studies for a couple of years, I think 2.5 years, maybe even close to 3. But I learned a lot about the circadian rhythm, how it affects you, and also how to change it. So it's not that you will stay as a night owl, Mela, forever. You can change it. So when I was doing my studying, to become a sleep technician, they talked a lot about the circadian rhythm and why it was so important to change it. So you can change it. So because I was working night shifts, basically I only worked three night shifts a week, but it was 12 hours. So they recommended that I basically kept the same sleeping schedule the days I was off, only to change my circadian rhythm to where okay, it's 8 a.m., it's time to go to bed. It's 4 p.m., it's time to wake up. So you can change it, but we'll talk a little bit more about it.
It is so hard.
It's
because,
very...
Let me tell you something. I try to go to bed earlier. At one point, and this is the problem, I'll get to it. I'll start going to bed at 10:30, which to me is reasonable, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I'll start doing it and I'll do a fantastic job. And I like to follow through with it on the weekends because I feel if I don't, it messes up the whole thing, especially because my body's just not used to it. And then something will happen where I'm forced to stay up and there goes 8 days of hard work.
Exactly.
It's
true.
so annoying. But Ken, before we get deeper into this, I wanted to discuss the differences between early birds and night owls real
Go
quick
ahead.
so people can understand. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but just in case, this one I got at healthline.com. Early birds tend to go to bed early. They wake up early. They feel their best as the day begins. They have less energy in the late afternoon and evening. Have a hard time staying awake past a certain hour. So for night owls, they tend to stay up late. They enjoy sleeping in, which I can promise you is true. They feel they feel their best later in the day, which I agree with.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I have a funny memory, right?
Sorry, my dog's just going at it. Eric's
okay.
home.
I have a funny memory from the times I visited you, and if that's okay for me to share.
Wait,
so,
let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold on, and then you can say it. But like, make sure it's okay for the world to know.
It is.
Okay. They have more energy at night. That's how I feel as I'm getting older. They feel tired after waking up early. Very true. I feel like it's 2 a.m. sometimes. I read that they say that someone waking up that's a night owl, they feel jet lagged the first couple hours after they wake up. I'm like, that's it. That's the explanation. Yep. I can never explain. And they have a hard time staying alert during the day. I don't know if that's true. With me, I have a lot of energy, so I don't have that issue, but I can see that being an issue for people that have random like that are night owls. But go ahead, you were saying. I'm done.
So she's
spilling the tea on me, guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
You definitely are a night owl. I remember one of the times I visited New Jersey to go see her. Like she said, I mean, we live right now in 2 different parts of the country, so we had plans to leave very early to do some tours and to show me the city and do something. I don't remember what it was, and it was I got up very early, and it wasn't even that early. I think we had planned to leave maybe like 8:30.
That is really early.
It's very early for you, but for anybody else, it's not, right? I mean, early birds, that's not that early.
A human adult hour, but no.
And I remember I got up, I got ready, and I'm like, it's like 10 minutes before we leave, and
where's she at?
No sound. Where is she? There's no sound. So I went into her room, and I tried to very gently wake her up. I laid in bed next to her. I gave her a hug, and she was like, "No, give me 5 minutes." I was like, "Okay." So
we did not have it. Okay, let me explain. It wasn't a concrete. I was giving her the tour. It wasn't like we had a plan somewhere.
I don't remember that part, but I remember you asked me for 5 minutes, so I very gently roll off of bed, and I just thought to myself, just go and wait and read her something and wait until she's ready. Don't ever wake her up. So I learned my lesson.
That's not bad.
No,
when I was younger, I would throw punches, apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine? Wake up, lovey, boom, in your face.
No,
I don't do that anymore. Eric
so
has attested to that. I'm surprised they used to do that. And it's bad because when I went to visit my family overseas, apparently that went across to them and they were terrified to wake me up. I was like, guys, no, it's not that serious. Like,
wow. It's just, you do better nighttime, and that's okay. But
I really do. And it's genetic. So I will blame it on genetics. Thanks, Mom.
And perhaps
that's why.
But you can. So again, right? Everyday problems, practical solutions. We're gonna talk about the benefits of being a night owl and an early bird. But you can adjust it little by little. We are allowed, and we are wired and created to a way that we can adjust our circadian rhythm. And little by little, right? Like getting up 30 minutes than your normal time and going to bed 30 minutes earlier. Doing that for a week and a half or 2. And so forth. That's gonna help to change your inner clock and help you reverse what you were doing.
Can I say something? This
Please.
is reminding me. So this is definitely something genetic, because I did a DNA test. I believe in that stuff. So I did a DNA test, and they told me that the optimal time for me to wake up is 9:30.
Yeah, I believe it.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So you know, so
Mhm.
yeah, no, I was just thinking out loud, but yeah.
No, it definitely
I,
is genetics. It has a lot
so
to do with it.
yeah, so one thing that's really interesting is that society in general, early birds find society more accommodating to them than night owls. This is true,
Very true.
because I feel like I have to force myself to get up if a business is open at from 8 to like 12, which to me I hate, because it's like,
Mhm.
ugh, I have to get up early to then leave the house, and I live in the country now, so I have to get up earlier to drive further.
Yes.
Not by much, but still, you know, for me, those 2 minutes before the alarm goes off, don't wake me up before those 2 minutes. I'm gonna knock someone out if you wake me up for those 2 minutes.
Oh, I learned my lesson.
No, no. But yeah, they said that's true. And I can say that's definitely true. Um, early risers generally have an easier time adjusting to standard daytime schedules, which
Mhm.
can make it easier to function at workplaces that operate during the day. With that said, I don't think I'd ever want to work a night shift. I don't. I can't even imagine what that's like. I need the sun. I need the sun to have the vitamin D to be a happy person.
Mhm.
Um, even though I don't feel like I might need so much melanin in, like, I don't have a lot of melanin in my skin, so I don't need crazy sun
Mhm.
like by the equator. But you know, it does affect attitude. So yeah, that can affect, I guess, the night owl if they're usually working the night shifts and being in the dark, like you know, Dracula. Nighttime. No, I'm kidding. But you know, if that is the case, I found out, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but taking vitamin D pills helps. They help you not feel so angry or sad.
And
Um,
those are very good to do like winter time, because we have less light during winter. We don't have as much sun hours as in summertime. You know, the sun is out like 8:30, 9 p.m., right? In winter time, the sun goes down like 5. So definitely taking vitamin D during winter helps. During winter helps. Woof. But if you can get it directly from the sun, it's a whole lot better. And it's absolutely true. When I worked the night shift, it was hard. It was hard because there was no sunlight for me to take, or the little bit that I got was too little, because I woke up with enough time to get ready to go into work. So it was rough. It was very hard, where I would have to get up like around 11, and I usually would get home about 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and then I go to bed and then wake up like at 11, and I would feel like that, jet lagged, lightheaded, dizzy, like everything was in slow motion, and I would just sit outside with my feet crossed and my arms in my legs, just with my eyes closed, just soaking in the sun. But it was terrible. I feel awful.
that's how I feel when I wake up at 8 in the morning.
Gosh,
I
that's
feel
terrible.
jet lagged and sometimes and not dizzy. Like I need to have at least 7 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
If I have at least 7 hours of sleep, I'm fine. But if not, I'm gonna get cranky. I'm uncomfortable. I feel that's how I feel like when I wake up at 8 in the morning, which is insane. But that is how I feel.
But you also go to bed sometimes at 2 a.m. So that makes sense. You're not.
No, don't announce that. Oh my god.
I said sometimes. No, it's not embarrassing, because those are your most productive hours,
They
and that's
really are
okay.
not, but I don't like that. I really want to go to bed at 11, so I try, but like, and then that's the thing, like, it depends on what I eat, which is insane. Like, I can't have fruit after 8 in the morning, or seeds. I just found that out last night. I can't have seeds after 8 in the morning, in the afternoon, sorry, in the evening. Yes, because I don't know. I know with sugar, the natural sugars are for keeping me up, and then no matter how exhausted I am, I can't sleep. I can only fall asleep when the sun's coming up. So,
that's crazy.
but yes, so I try to stay away from it, but sometimes it sneaks up on me and I don't realize it. But that's it.
But there's nothing bad as long as you find a good balance, because during the research I looked up the benefits of being an early bird and the benefits of being a night owl. So the benefits of being an early bird, and I just, I summarized them, and we're gonna link the the internet links. We're gonna post them. We're gonna post them so you guys can read all of them. But the benefits of being an early bird was, being healthier. Science has shown that sleep patterns of those that get up early are healthier and live longer. Also, it's more natural to be an early bird because, like animals, we thrive during daylight because we don't see well during the night. So we're not meant to be super active at nighttime. Another benefit is you are more focused. You get, there are a few distractions early in the morning, so you get more things done. Another one was you're in good company, meaning, the majority of highly successful people are early birds. And he listed a lot of like CEOs of big companies. I'm not going to mention them, but they'll be on the website. And another one was you get more things accomplished. You more free time and quiet time in the mornings means you can get whatever you want done. So those are some of the benefits of being an early bird and benefits of being a night owl. So I think you'll find this very interesting.
Tell me the tea.
You're more creative and you're more original. You can be more mentally alert.
Yes.
Night owls, they bond better with others at night because there's not that many people awake at night. So the few people that are awake at night, you make better bonds with them. They have a special strength, meaning they're very strong. And I can testify to this because Melanie has superhuman strength. That woman, I don't know where she gets it from, but she is very
I get
strong.
it from my daddy.
And from being a night owl, apparently, too.
Apparently. That is really interesting. So, don't mess with me. No, I'm kidding.
That's right. And the last one.
I don't like confrontation.
But she's very strong. And one of the last benefits of being a night owl is they have better reasoning skills. And I can testify this is very true about you. So there's benefits about being a night owl, but there's also really good benefits about being an early bird. But we're going to post these articles so you guys can read both of them if you wish.
That's interesting. And it's it's nice to have everything in a way because that's what keeps the world to go round. Let the world go round, We all need a little bit of everybody for sure. I agree 100%. Oh, that was really interesting. I'm thinking about that one.
So speaking of this, I think that maybe we can just do tea time right now. What do you think?
I think that's a really good idea. Let's go for it.
Let's do tea time.
Yes. Okay. Tea time.
So as you guys know, tea time is when we answer one question that has been submitted by one of our listeners. And this listener, she's one of my friends, and I really appreciate her.
Anonymous, or are we to say her name?
No, we are saying her name. Her name is Arachel.
Thank you, Arachel.
Thank you. And she wanted a shout out, so thank you for being a listener. And this is your question. This whole episode is for you. Go ahead.
All right. Well, not just for her. It's for anyone. The night owls and the morning birds, early birds out there. Okay. So the question by Arachel. Night owls or early birds? Night owls, do they have to go against their nature and wake up early to get things done? Great podcast. Thank you so much for the compliment. Do we have to go, as a night bird speaking, do we have to go against our nature, wake up early to get things done? No, we don't. However, it is easier to get things done earlier just because society does operate around the early bird hours. So is it better for us, I guess, not to be rushed or pressured or stressed? Yes. But do we have to go against our nature? No. Because as long as we have the balance and equal amount of hours of sleep as per science, we should be fine.
Yes. And sometimes, like she was saying, it's a little bit hard with society, but there's a lot of very bright, intelligent, creative people that are night owls, and they are making a lot of companies and job openings and stuff like that for people that are night owls. So you don't have to go against your nature. You can very well find a job that suits your needs, and that way you can stick with what you like or how you are biologically. Go with your circadian rhythm. But there's differences.
Yeah. And I will say that as a night owl, because I do have to be flexible, and adjust. I feel that it gives me a range in being flexible in a lot of things in life. Like I said, Eric, my husband, is an early bird. I think I'm the bad habit that is raining against my house, because I noticed that since we've been married, he goes to bed later, and I try to help him. He likes to go to bed. Okay, so Eric gets up to go to work at 4 a.m. Yes, that's really early. He works in construction, so I try to have him be in bed by 8. I feel that on average he's in bed around 9:15, 9:30, I would say. But I do try to help him go to bed at 8. And people are like, how do you make it work when it's like that? We both are home by 3 p.m.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot. But because I am a night owl, I can stay up with him and do things with him during the day where we're both awake. We don't have to have a life between 7 and 9 if you're married. Like, it could be during the day if you have the flexibility.
Right.
And that's what we do. And on the weekends, I do notice, so he'll stay up a little bit longer, but then we'll sleep in together, or he sleeps in. I wake up my casual hour.
This is my normal. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's like I feel fantastic. I feel refreshed. It's like, not 8 a.m. but yes, it's I forgot what I was saying. Oh God, Lord. Just like sometimes I do that. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, you definitely learn. I got it. It came back. You definitely learn to be flexible in life. And I feel that because life is so hectic and you can't have things pinpointed exactly how you want. I feel that because I have to be flexible all the time, that when things get tough or something goes out of schedule, I think I handle it pretty well. I'm like, oh, it's fine. Let's roll with the punches. This will get done. We'll get this done. Things will get done.
And I think that goes along with one of the benefits of being a night owl that we just said, better reasoning skills. I do believe that you have that great quality of being able to figure out the situation or assess it and come up with a solution and stuff like that. So there are great benefits about being a night owl. Along with being an early bird. But at the end of the day, whether you are a night owl or an early bird, go with your body's intuition. Don't fight it. Learn to appreciate the special qualities and characteristics that only you have, and just learn to use it to your advantage. So don't go, like the question said, what did she say? Go against your nature. Don't go against your nature. Figure out what works. There you go. Figure out what works.
Yeah. So thank you. I think that wraps up our tea time. Okay. Thank you very much, Arachel. That was a really good question. We very much liked it.
Me too. That wraps up the portion of tea time for today. So just please make sure to leave a question, send a comment if you want one of the questions to be featured. So go on our website and do
just send us any questions, guys. Don't worry about it. We will make the podcast around your questions. It doesn't have to be the other way around. There's so many things to always talk about. There's always little problems or big problems that we can easily tackle practical solutions. So anything you send us, we will work with it. Do not worry. We were discussing about how night owl, like, it's fine as long as, you're doing the 7 hours. But there are some negative effects on being a night owl. So one thing that I was reading about was night owls tend to be more inactive. They don't really work out as much. They tend to sit more. So that can be pretty dangerous with people with conditions like heart disease or diabetes. So out of altamed.org, it's a website, I look things up. A study of the chronotypes of patients with type 2 diabetes found night owls were inactive to the point of being unhealthy. Globally, 1 in 11 people have diabetes. And that number is only going up along with the number of people who are obese. If your chronotype tends toward the evening, there are some things you should do. So it's something to definitely take into consideration. We want to be healthy. So something that I was reading about was because night owls were more active later in the day, we should consider going for a walk around dinner time or do anything or something just to get moving during the time that we feel most energetic. So what I do is I try to walk every day. It's been a little difficult, January and the snow, but when I can, I purposely got myself a 76-pound boxer mix. that a friend gifted me. I was so grateful. And so I take him for walks, and it does, you know, I try to do that to keep healthy, and I'll usually try to do it around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. Anytime before dinner, just because it works better for mine at Eric's schedule, seeing that he goes to bed earlier. But definitely walking, going to the gym. They do have 24-hour gyms if you live in major cities. I don't really know how it works for smaller towns. You would have to, but you know, anything really. YouTube is open 24 hours. You can look up how to.
There is a 24/7 gym here where I live, and it's a small town. So all of that stuff is expanding. And something else I had read about a benefit of being an early bird was that, you know, they're generally healthier because they tend to be more active. They have more energy to, you know, in the mornings or afternoons to work out, go out. They're the website mentioned that they're generally thinner, and because night owls tend to just be more sedative. They sit down a lot. A lot of people just snack a lot throughout the night. So that was saying that's what the website said. That
yes, and then also it's good to eat healthy. So eating a balanced diet with lots of fruits and vegetables, limiting the processed food intake and sugary snacks that are eaten will also help with that. And then if we do want to adjust our sleep pattern, to do it gradually. Don't try to go to bed at 10 p.m. if you normally go to sleep at 1 a.m. I agree with this 100%. Move your bedtime up to about 30 minutes until you're comfortable with that time. Then move it up another 30 minutes. This is something I've been trying to do. So I do notice it does help. Last night I ate seeds. So it didn't help. But I was doing good. Like this last 3 days, you know, I was doing better. But it's definitely something to take into consideration.
And that's okay, little by little, right? The point is taking little steps. If you want to become an early bird, start taking little steps to change your circadian rhythm so you can become an early bird, and just not all of a sudden so it shocks your system.
Yes, I liked that. And I agree with 100%. I found something on healthline.com. I could post this also on our social media for anyone that's interested in looking at it. A few tips to consider if you want to change. And I guess this could be really if you are an early bird that has to work night shift too, I guess also works in opposite terms. So if you're an early bird that is going to have a night shift, do opposite of this. Stick to the same sleep schedule, even on weekends and days off. Eat regular balanced meals. Try a short nap if you feel sleepy in the late afternoon. I've done that. Talk with a doctor or sleep specialist about trying melatonin to go to bed earlier. Experiment with light therapy. Improve your sleep hygiene. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I should look that up.
That just means for you to actually take time to sleep. Like improve your time. Like, okay, start building a routine. Like, okay, if I want to go to bed at this time, then I need to start washing the dishes at this time. I need to brush my teeth, wash my face, take a shower, do whatever I need to do by this time so I can wind down and get to bed by this time. That is, you know, no screens after a certain hour, you know, turn off the TV so your brain has time to wind down and relax. That includes sleep hygiene.
All right. And we'll talk more in detail about that in the future. We have a special episode coming up with that.
We're going to have a guest soon, and we're going to talk about sleep.
Yes.
In some sleep disorders, but.
But before, so going back, we're going to put a pin on that.
Yes.
And going back. So recognize the ways technology can affect your sleep cycle. Enlist your housemates. If you live with someone to help you stick to a sleep schedule. I will say technology can definitely affect, especially that blue light. So what I do is with my phone, I put it on night mode all day, all night long. It's never a white screen anymore. I do notice I sleep better since I've been doing that. It's a better quality sleep. I also put a privacy screen on my phone on top of that. And I wear glasses usually when I look at screens. I have to, in part, it's forced, but also because I noticed that it does help against the blue light. Yeah.
So definitely there's lots of things to do and to look into if you want to improve your sleep patterns, and if you want to switch from being a night owl to an early bird, or vice versa. There's things that you can do, but for now, just don't fight it. Learn to appreciate what you have and what you're working with right now, and just use them to your advantage.
Yes, and control what you can to make sure you're doing the right things, working out, eating healthy diet, things that we're technically supposed to be doing anyway. If you don't like working out, you're not alone, but there are ways to do it in a way that it's ways to do it in a way. There are activities that you can do that are fun. Like I love walking, dancing. If you can afford a class that motivates you, that's something to consider. I personally don't like personal trainers, but if that's something that works for you. So I stick to my walking. That's why I got my dog. I think it's been helping. But yeah, just be realistic. Don't lie to yourself. Really think like, okay, is this reasonable? Is this practical? Can I do this? And work with it.
That's right. That is it for our podcast today. Thank you all so much for listening. We sincerely hope you liked it.
We also would love to know what you thought about our episode. So feel free to please leave a comment, a like, anything down below. Feel free, and let us know what topics you would like for us to discuss in the future.
Yeah, and make sure to subscribe, give us a like, a comment, a follow, a rating. We want to hear what you're thinking about this podcast. We can keep doing it. We love talking, and we hope you guys are liking it as well.
Thank you. Our social media handles and websites that are referenced will be posted down below. And may you all have a wonderful day, night, afternoon, whatever it is for you, night owl, early birds. We appreciate you.
That's right.
Have a good time.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.